Hi everyone, it's Lola. So there's Lola Bunnie, and I'm here today with Duncan Daniels, an American-based Afrobeats artist, and he's gonna be blowing up your radios this summer. So keep an ear out for him. It's so good to have you here today.
Thank you so much, Lola. You're looking fly. Love the hairstyle.
Thank you. You know, we're representing.
Yes.
Well, it's good to be with you here today. So today we're just gonna kind of delve deep into your upcoming album, what people should expect. I have a couple questions for you, so if you're ready, let's do it.
Yeah,
sure. Okay, I will start off with right now. I'd say who is the most important person in your life? In this area that you
right out the gate, right?
Yeah.
Like when you say delve deep, I didn't know you're just gonna delve deep.
Yeah. Gotta keep you on your toes.
Well, I would say my daughter. I mean, it's a whole. I mean, I've been a dad now for maybe about a year and a half, so it's a whole different experience. You know, your priorities change.
Yeah.
You know, so definitely, you know, without a doubt, the most important person in my life is my daughter. You know, she means the world to me, and I try to be able to juggle this music business, music life, and still try to manage to have time to spend with her. You know,
your family man. Okay. So you've been making music since 2003, if I understand. It's 19 years. That's a long time.
Yeah.
A very long time. So
people are gonna start dating me now, like, you know, put in a date to my age. Yeah.
We won't do that. I won't delve that deep. But I will say, what's your secret for staying consistent? Because that is a very long time to stick to a passion.
Yeah, I would say I understood at an early age what making music was to me. When I started making music, I wasn't even thinking about, like, you know, the business side of things. I just was finding an escape for myself to, you know, to escape some of the things that were going around me as a young teenager at the time. But then I understood that, you know, what music was doing for me, I can replicate that and do that for others. So my vision was to get my music out there to as many people as possible. That's when I started going into the music business side of things, you know, getting in the studio, learning the art, and, you know, sticking to it. And then, because that has been my driving force, right, I've been able to keep that focus on the dream, which is getting my music to touch as many people as possible in a positive way. Regardless of what has come in, ups, downs, you know, everything, I still have stayed true to that. And I think I heard a saying not too long ago. It says, how did that go? It says, be great so you can attract, be great first to be famous or to attract fame, rather than be famous to be great, right? So first you want to be great, and then you attract that, versus, you know, chasing the fame just so that you can feel great. You know, so some people do it the opposite way, but for me, I believe in the great thing that I'm doing.
Establishing the foundation.
Exactly, and that's big. So I think that's what has kept me grounded with it and kept me continuous, kept me evolving with making music. And I love it too, you know. So I think that, you know, that has been my, you know, thing that's kept me going all these years.
I think that's solid, because if there's anything, you know, you can see, even just this summer alone, like, people relate to music, people feel something, whether or not they understand it. Afrobeats is more popular than ever, you know?
Yeah.
You ask the average person what they're saying in the song, they don't know, but they can relate to it, they can vibe to it, they feel what the artist is trying to say, whether or not they understand it. So that's very true. So your album is dropping on the 12th
of August.
Of August, okay. And it's called Songs of Limitless Optimism.
Limitless. Just in case you're wondering how it's spelled.
Right.
We're at Limitless Hair Studio.
Okay.
So yeah, Songs of Limitless Optimism.
And what is the inspiration for that?
So first of all, I'm going to say something very cool. Very interesting that a lot of people don't know. When I started working this album, the goal was to try and do something where it's so deeply true to me. I want to be so involved in the process. I didn't want to feature artists. At first, I wanted to see, oh, let me get this A-lister. Let me see how much I can, pay to DeVito or one of these folks, to help bolster the project. But then I was like, you know what? This is a different kind of project. It's a body of work that it's about me. It's very personal. So I wanted to like really deep into what I can do as a versatile artist that I am. I wanted to be as versatile as possible, as well within the project. So I decided, okay, I'm going to do it by myself. But what should I call this album? And I wanted to tie it to just being me, right? So I had a name called One Man Show. It sounded too like I was cutting everybody off. I was some kind of guy in isolation, and people don't like that. People want to feel like they're part of something. So how can I make this tie into my goal of getting my music to as many people as possible, touching as many people, but still making it about me? And then I came up with S.O.L.O, and then tied it to the acronym Songs of Limitless Optimism. So I'm killing two birds with one stone, calling it S.O.L.O as in me, but again, I'm still, when you spell it out, it's talking about what I'm trying to offer to everybody, which is that optimism, that positive feeling, and in limitless capacity. So that is how the name came about.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite musician at this moment, and how would you say that person has impacted your music?
Wow, that is it's funny. If you asked me this question maybe 3 years ago, it would have been a very hard question. I'm going to take this jacket off.
Yeah.
By the way, this is my jacket. It's my design. It's Duncan's Rock. It's got the double D. So I'm hoping.
Zoom in on that.
I'm hoping I can. Once the merch goes out, and you guys can cop the jacket. While I'm plugging things as well. I know you asked me a question. I'm also going to plug these. These are what you call you call them NFC NFTs.
Okay.
They're very special in the sense that they are cards that also have data on them. So when you tap your phones or you tap your friends' phones, they instantly pull up the album, and you can listen to it on your different platforms.
Okay.
It's also it also has the value, whereas over time, the more popular I get, the more value it has. So you can trade it, you can use it to get access to any of my shows worldwide. So these are actually on my website. So if you want to get them, I also give them to my friends too, like you.
Thank you. And I'm the plug.
So So if you tap on your friend's phone, tap as many phones as possible, and the album come out. So back to the question.
Yes.
Right. Without a doubt, Burna Boy.
Yeah.
Let me take this up. By the way, it's hot. How does Burna Boy influence my music? It's funny because, for someone like me who has also been making music commercially, even before that, and also someone who actually grew up in that Pawtucket music scene, it's it was a hard thing for a long time for an artist in Pawtucket to kind of like get out there, not to talk about where Burna Boy is right now. Because a lot of the artists from Lagos were the ones getting all the spotlight. And being said, because that was the capital of music in Nigeria at the time. So to see where he is right now is very inspiring. But not only that, but also the music that he puts out is very similar to how I feel in this music. I like my music to have actions behind them, to evoke emotions and make people think about scenarios, certain things, evoke change as well. And I think he's one of the Afrobeats artists that's really, really doing that on that large scale. Plus, he's somebody that also, not too long ago, I had a conversation with about a very important topic that I was also going to bring up in my album. And, you know, he actually, you know, took that topic and ran with it and, you know, created a song, you know, with regards to it. And, you know, I just saw him over the weekend and I was really happy and I thanked him for doing that, you know, and he was, you know, even sharing me more things that he was working on with that. So, you know, I consider him a, you know, a brother, you know, someone that's really flying the flag. And I look at the entire way they package everything and I try to emulate that and, you know, try to, you know, see how I can aspire to be in that kind of, you know, place where he is right now.
Okay. I'm guessing the situation you're talking about is the suit.
Yeah, the Stop the Suit movement, you know, as someone from Pawtucket too, something that's dear to me. I still have family who live out there. They inhale all that polluted air every day, and you know, I hear of all the stories of sickness and pulmonary disease and a lot of things that people don't even talk about because a lot of people don't know what's going on out there. So hopefully, you know, I have a song on my album called Madu. We just shot a video to it that's also going to come out around when the album drops. That really tells a story about that situation. So I'm hoping that it evokes some kind of change.
It's good to hear that.
Thanks.
And it's also nice because Pawtucket is producing a lot of talents.
Yeah.
Burna Boy, Omale.
Yeah. I mean,
out of nowhere.
And they've always been mad talent. There's still a lot of mad talent out there. It's just not everybody has the, you know, the funding. Not everybody has the opportunity. You know, but there's so much mad talent, and there's always been mad talent out there. I mean, when I started music, I started with a whole bunch of like rappers, producers. We're all part of the same group, and you know, some of them are still making music to today. One of my boy, Mac G, is actually in Atlanta. You know, he's also doing some really dope stuff, and he's still making music to today. Which actually even leads me to, I'll segue to, you know what? Let me let you ask the questions, you know what I mean? Because I can talk and talk, and we'll just keep going. So let me let you keep asking.
All right. Well, then I'll ask you to tell us something that no one knows. What is something, fun fact about you that most people don't know?
A fun fact?
Yeah.
Does it have to be fun?
No. Fun is subjective.
I had to ask, what can I think? Like nobody knows at all?
Mm-hmm. Or extremely few people.
Okay. So one thing I would say that nobody knows, like a lot of it, maybe probably my very, very close family, I can only see out of one eye.
Huh.
Yeah. I've never been able to, at least since I was 3 years old or so, I don't actually know what it means to see with like full, but because I don't know what it's like, it doesn't really affect me. I function like everybody else.
Okay.
But then I always have to wear glasses because I'm always trying to protect the eye I got left. But you know, a doctor told me that because of that, I developed a very keen sense of hearing as well. That I pick up sounds and I hear sounds and I pick up frequencies differently. But then again, I don't know what he's talking about because I haven't experienced it from, you know, someone else. So I just know maybe it's what helps me with, you know, being able to pick up sound and make music very, very easily and hear frequencies and hear things that some people don't hear. But yeah, that's something. It's crazy that you asked me that question because I've never ever shared that in an interview. So this is like very, very. Yes.
Yeah.
Just went deep.
Well, thank you for telling us.
Wow.
I was gonna say I was not expecting that. I mean, it could be fun to some people.
Yeah.
It's a fun fact.
Yeah, it is. But it's out there now. You guys now know. You know, I don't have to wear an eye patch like a pirate, so don't worry about that. I'm not trying to be Ruger.
I mean,
you know,
it'll make a cool album cover.